Hey, 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 hey!
Good afternoon, good evening, good night, or good morning, depending on where in the world you're watching That Balloon Show.
That's right. Today we are putting two titans in the balloon world to the test. The Twin Air Sizer V2 and the Precision Air V6 from PremiumConwin.
Ideal for pros, shop owners and decorators, we've got the lowdown on each machine's features and performance.
Plus, we'll be sharing exciting news about two upcoming trade shows you do not want to miss.
But before that,
There's this. Yay!
Happy New Year, happy 2024, will you?
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
We have said 2024 on here already, but we talked about that on the last show.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to get it in my thick skull. Because it took me probably about
Tiffany.
7 months to get that last year.
Yeah, exactly, to get into 2023.
Can we just redefine the years based on my understanding of where we're at?
We're in 2024. It's a new world.
that a
We're
no?
now powered by PremiumConwin. We're on That Balloon Show, and we've got a very exciting year ahead for us.
We absolutely have.
We had an absolute blast at the big balloon build.
We did.
Did you like that?
I did. I was going to say it, but you did it.
I did.
Honestly, you were keeping that in. I thought you were going to explode.
You just don't know when it's going to go off as well. It's a gas.
Hello, Balloon
Yes.
World.
Just sending out all of our love and
You said hi, Tiffany.
thoughts.
Is that what
Yeah,
you
you
said?
got that. Didn't you?
Hey,
You got that,
Tiffany.
yeah. All our love and everything to Liz and to Stuart.
More to Liz, though.
Yeah, more to Liz, because she's got to put up with Stuart as
She has,
well.
yeah, it is.
Complaining about, I don't know. If you don't know where it is, have a look on Facebook and please
Send them
your love.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
And
the big
hello,
balloon build.
our new found friends at the big balloon build as well.
Yes, we met a lot of people that we never met before.
We have.
Because we're moving in a different circle.
That's right.
We're
Moving
meeting
and
different
shaking.
people. So
Don't forget
it was
as
really
well,
cool.
because quite a few of those guys as well hadn't hit that whole notification bell on the old YouTube. Oh, they've watched the previous shows, but they haven't actually subscribed, so you miss out.
The video, subscribe to the video, and hit the notification bell on so that if we do go live,
I got my notification.
Yeah, So if you do that, you get notification anytime that we do go live. So on tonight's show, we are going to be going through into the workshop, and we are going to be doing some. Going through the two different machines.
Yes, we are. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to have a bit of a play. We're going to unbox them because we have had a few people talk to us, especially at the big balloon build, saying, hey, you've got all that stuff. It was like Christmas and we need to see what's in those boxes. We do too, but we've been waiting for you.
Yes, and somebody's missing their phone being spammed with photos of Dom, apparently. So that's what we're going to do. But before that, we want to talk a little bit about, because we're in trade show time, right? So the beginning of the year for us
hitting
is
the road
generally
again.
trade show time. So we've got two. We've got a one that we've never been to before.
No, this is brand new for us. We know of it and we're aware of it and we know what kind of goes on there. And it's something that we haven't done in the past because we've always done
The different one.
But this one kind of goes on before that. So we're going to be hitting the road and doing both.
Yes. So let's have that one come up on there.
Here we go.
Look at that. So we've got that didn't reset as well as it came in. So that's. Just set up all those animations for nothing. Okay, it's fine. We'll just play.
No, we're going to do it.
You're going to do it again.
We're going to do it again because
Come on,
you
then.
spent the time, and that was
Take
16
that
minutes.
Take it off.
Well
Put it back on
spent.
again, please.
Here we go.
Oh, there, look. That's better. Right, okay, so
Beautiful.
the 30th to the 3rd of February, we are going to be in Nuremberg, Germany for the Toy Fair.
That's it in hall
Sorry?
hall 9.
Hall 9. Not hall no.
Oh, hey.
Oh, I see what you did there. It was like a joke, but different. We're in hall 9 and stand E7.
So
if you are at the Toy Fair, please come and see us over there. We're on the PremiumConwin stand, and we'll be there demonstrating. So we're looking forward to that. And then on the back of that, what's going to happen is
more new friends to meet.
Yes, you've got to come and see us.
Yes, I'm looking forward to my bus ride.
And if we've still got some stickers left as well, grab a sticker from us.
Got some new stickers?
We have. And we've got hi Alice and Ellie. Nice to see you in the chat.
Hey, ladies.
And Alice. We've also got straight after the toy fair, we are going to
back on a bus
back to the UK, and we will be going to this one, that one. Oh, it worked.
Yay!
So we're going to be at the spring fair with PremiumConwin, and we're in Hall 3, which is the
NEC Birmingham. So it's the NEC Birmingham.
Yes, between the 4th and the 7th of February, stand H34 in Hall 3, which is the gifts stand.
That's right, yes. So you have to come and see us there. We will be keeping some stickers separate for that. So we'll be taking some stickers to Nuremberg and some stickers to Birmingham. So come and see us before they all disappear.
Yes, because we're not on the Pioneer stand this year. We are on the PremiumConwin stand, which is a brand new stand for them guys. We know it was you, Andrea, and we know that you freeze like a rabbit in the headlights whenever there's a camera pointing at you. But you did exceptionally well.
You did really well, and some of the footage we have is usable, and some of it's very funny.
Indeed. In fact, what's going to happen is very shortly is there will be a link. If you were at the Big Balloon Build, there will be a link in the group to the shared gallery of all of the whole album that you guys put together when you shared your images. So
once again, thank you guys, because you made that happen. That was an on you one, that one.
We shall get that to happen. Also, last Wednesday, the 360 walkthrough went live for non-members and on the site.
Great comments coming back of that. People enjoying it, reliving the moment, and the people who weren't able to go there or be part of that event were able to see it and
experience a little bit. Yeah,
and don't forget as well to make sure that you pause it as well. You can pause at any point and have a good look around. If you are watching on your phone, a couple of people have said about the fact that it just looks weird. It's because you've probably not opened it in the app. You need it to be opened into the app,
into the YouTube app on your phone.
Otherwise,
if you're just on your normal browser, it won't look right.
Correct.
Because it is virtual in the fact that it does move as you walk, as you kind of scroll around.
So you can either move your phone around and kind of have a look around,
or you can swipe.
And the swiping for me is the easiest way. Otherwise, you end up like.
I like it. I like going like walking. I'm walking in. I'm in here and I'm walking around.
Hope you.
Can I pet that dog?
Hope you edited my swear words. Yeah, we put more in for you. Not a problem. We do that automatically.
Dina says. Can I pet that dog? We've got some great footage from that, which was actually a polar bear. Who knew? Who knew?
And if you don't know what we're on about, Google, can I pet that dog?
But you've got to spell it D-A-W-G. One of the funniest clips you'll probably ever see. Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is, because we're going to be here all night doing this, I'm going to go into the workshop and then you're going to press a button and
you dive on over,
I'm going to go
you get yourself sorted.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to take this as well
take it so we can see what people are saying. That's
so if you have anything you want to say, get rid of this, huh? We've got Stuart.
Are you trying to get ahead of the situation? No, keep it there a second. One second. What? Right, you need to see this, people. Right, it's going over. Keith's trying to get ahead of the situation.
Yeah, it's Stuart once he's had a shave. So we'll put that over there.
Right. You're on.
Yeah,
you're in.
Hiya. You all right?
Yeah. Do you want me to join you?
Yeah, you can do. So, welcome. We're into the workshop, and we have a load of PremiumConwin equipment here, provided nicely by them guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through two of the machines. So we thought we'd go through the big ones, right? That's where we thought we'd start.
Also, these two work. I'm not going to say conflict, but there's some overlaps.
Yes, there are some overlaps. Yes.
So there's features and benefits on the two different machines, and there's pros and cons, I would say, for it. Now, for some of the other machines, the work is a brilliant lineup, as in they go, I'd have this one, and this one.
Yes.
Where these two particular machines, and these are the ones we've been questioned on, is which one should I get, or which one would you get?
And now, a lot of it does come down to personal preference, I think. However, what we're going to do is we're going to get them out of the boxes. We're going to have a look at them because we've been, it's the Precision Air V6 and the Twin Air Sizer 2.
Yes.
We've been working with the Twin Air Sizer 1 for forever, since it came out, basically.
Yes.
And we used to work with the Precision Air, the common Precision Air.
Yes. Now,
many years ago.
What version was that one we were on?
One. no, I think we got the 4.
We had the very much more boxy version of it. And then we went
metal one.
Yeah.
So
Well, they're all
big,
metal,
but the big,
very
like,
squarish.
square,
Yeah.
I think the 4 is the last one that we had.
I think so. Yeah. And then
So
it
it's
sort
had
of
two
got some other
versions.
features, but we kind of went with the twin sizer because it suited our needs. But now we've got questions and we'd like to answer them.
Yeah, and we do have chat. So if you do have any questions about the machines as we're going through, please ask. If you want us to try anything with the machines, please ask in the chat, and we'll do our best for you. So we've got, first of all, the PremiumConwin
Premium
V6.
Precision Air
V6.
There's a lot of words.
Yeah. Comes in a nice bag,
It does,
carrying bag.
yep.
So, which,
Zip, zip.
yeah, easy to travel.
Okay, so in the bag we have the machine and some accessories. So let's move the accessory bits out of the way. So
What have we got? We've got
pedal.
a pedal. We'll need that.
Okay, we have a power cord, but we've got a power cord ready already, so I don't need to unpack that one.
So
I'll
we've
put
got a
that to one side.
pedal. We do need to take that off as well, but we'll keep it, even though it's banned. See what I did there?
But it's branded blue. I like it.
Okay.
We've got 2 outlet adapters here
Okay.
with 2 tubes on. So we'll see what
many
they do.
tubes?
2.
2, not 1.
But
Get out
2.
of here. 2 tubes. Now you're talking. Right, am I going to get
Yeah,
this one?
you lift that out.
Yeah.
You get the heavy bit. And we'll just see there's something lurking in the top. We have got some
Instructions we don't need
You
there.
don't need to read them, we're boys. Right.
Okay.
Put that under there.
It's a heft, isn't it? Because it's a big metal box. It's a heft.
It's a nice box, though.
It is.
Okay.
So yeah, so it is exactly as you would expect it to. It is a big metal box with 2 pretty much bomb-proof nozzles on there.
You've got the adapters on there as well for converting down
For
to the
small
smaller size
sizes.
balloons, so 5-inch and 260s.
And the like.
260 type, inflated, twisty. Yeah.
And then it's got some instructions on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this around.
Again, we don't need instructions. Not where we go.
We don't need, right,
It's
okay.
true.
So this says foot switch. So
Right,
I'm going to
let me go
guess
grab this.
is where the foot pedal goes into this side. And then I'm going to put that,
Uno power.
we'll bring it a bit further forward.
Sure.
Because we've got our bench really high.
I know what that button does now. That makes it better.
Did it? Oh yeah, I just
Do you
heard
like
it go-
that?
Yeah, just went transparent.
You may notice as well we are sporting some new fashionable non-wired.
That's because you ripped yours apart. Oh, I've just pressed something.
It was a genuine accident
It
where
wasn't.
I destroyed.
It was when you were changing from into a different shirt.
It was.
And he just ripped it off,
It was an expensive
like
change.
the Hulk.
Let's just say.
and it took the headset with it.
Hey,
Okay.
but you know what? We do that so you don't have to.
So, first
like
thing we've
this
done,
saw,
so
by the way.
we've plugged it in. It's got a nice blue display.
I don't know if you to see that on camera, but it's got a cool blue display.
Should do. Should pick that up. And it's set for the left outlet only. It's lit
So
up
this
on that
now,
side.
for me, is
Yes.
very reminiscent of how the dual split second sizer would work.
Yes.
In the fact that you could have the option of a single nozzle,
Yes.
double nozzle,
Yes.
and 2 different sizes.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
So at the moment, it looks like it's just running the left outlet at 0.1 of a second.
Yeah.
And then you've got your to increase
So
on
let's
here. So
turn
I'm
that
gonna-
round to see, because you might be able to, they might even be able to see that.
You reckon?
Yeah, I'm going to just have a look to see how.
Okay,
how
so
much-
instead of doing a foot pedal, I'm going to bring it up here so
Yeah.
you can see what's
Be
going
back
on
in
with
a
the foot
second.
pedal. Designed by Essence. Hello, hello. Nice to see you, Essence.
Keith, you roll it forward a little bit.
I'm
for
going to
me.
roll it forward. Ooh.
There, we
That's
can see buttons
3D.
lovely at that. Like
you?
that, yes.
Okay.
So it's worth showing.
I can't though.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's not about you, Keith. it's
So
about
we've got the display which
audience.
is saying 0.1 second, and then we've got a timer that goes up and down, and it rolls round. Oh, that's always a good thing. I want to check to see if it did that.
Yeah, there's nothing like being a size it's 9, and then you got to go to
All
1,
the way
and then you got to go down, down, down,
Yeah.
down, 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 down.
So 0.1, let's press it and see, make sure it works. There we go.
Yep,
Quite loud.
it is.
Yeah, the machine's quite loud, especially being on the business end on this side of it.
Being on the back side of it, yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
So we're going to change.
It's probably the same sort of volume
One
that
second, something happened
the
when I pressed
previous
it. I'm
one
going to
was.
press it again. That's the counter.
Okay.
Okay. So, if I remember rightly, this actually counts the number of balloons.
No, it never used to, so this is great.
Yeah, it counts the number of balloons that you've inflated. So, it's
Yes.
going up by 1 at a time. So, I'll do it again. And then what happens is if you press that button,
I'll do it upside down. You press
which
reset.
I press the reset.
Yeah, you press reset. So you can fix that though, because now you could go. One second. Is it the counter? Is it reset? Press the reset counter.
No, you press and hold it. Yeah.
So reset.
That's it. No, that's I didn't reset it.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. Yeah, okay. So you press it to instead of just having the left outlet on, I press it once, and now both outlets are on.
Gotcha.
And they're both independent of each other. So I can set this one to whatever size I wanted to for whatever time. So I can do it in 1 second. And I can have this to whatever I wanted. So if you're doing organics and you're working with a recipe, it's really good for that.
But also
right?
not necessarily organics. Oh, yes, organics, but also the types of
Are they to create the alternate,
tapered kind of
to make the rainbows and stuff like that. Yes.
So you may be doing alternate sizes. We've done many a rainbow where you've got 2 different sizes that you need to do, and you can obviously work in pairs and doing it different sets.
Yeah.
But that's a great way of doing it. Very efficient.
Yes.
And yeah, you're not having to, because we've done it before. We have to keep swapping over and stuff, or doing them slightly oversized and doing a sizing box then to kind of get the final size. But the fact that you can do that for whether it's organics or structured.
Yes,
as well, classic.
absolutely.
So, yeah.
And the good thing with this as well is that when I press the pedal, so it's at the moment the counter's on 5. Now, because it's inflating 2 balloons, it's actually going to increase the counter by 2, because it's not just how many times I press the pedal, but actually how many balloons have been inflated. So
yes.
this, if I press it again, it should go from 5 to 7. You guys watch. And it has.
Great. Now, in the past, if you've made a mistake, you've let go of it, or you've got a poppage, or something's happened, I would always be going, okay, that says 7 minus 2. Or
Yes.
You'd always be manually trying to adjust the count based off the little mistakes or dropsies or miscolour or whatever it is you've done to do that.
Yeah.
But on this, you can now adjust it, right?
No, I don't think you can.
I thought you could knock.
Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Aha, because we've got to read the instructions. Hold down the button and
Then you can add or take away. So you need to roll that forward so that we can see it. Then the middle button you're going to press.
So I press that and I move this. I can do it up and down and change however many I want to do. So I can
say,
increase
for
or
instance,
decrease the timer.
you've put 2 balloons on there and you've let go and they've blown away.
Yes.
You've now got a counter saying 8 when it should have been 6 now. So
Yeah,
you can
so then you
adjust
can
it.
just press it and take it down or put it back up or to put it to whatever you want to. But you can adjust the timer, the counter up and down, which is really ideal, right?
Like that, yeah, because we've always done it manually in the past.
Yes.
And they're like, yeah, I've got this many minus 10 or plus 4
Yeah.
or whatever it is, yeah. So I like that. Okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And then I can press the middle button again and it's gone back to my 2 different sizes. But if I press it again, now what it's done is it's kept my 2 lights on at the top, but it's only got 1 timer. So now what's going to happen is both of them are going to work on the same time.
Yes, so they'll inflate the same size as if you're doing 1 outlet, 1 size.
Yes.
But it's just using that 1 timer to control the 2 separate outlets, which means you don't have to independently set that to 1 and then that to 1.
That's
so
right.
It's half in your adjustment time. So you might be doing some designs where it's absolutely going to be the same on both outlets, and you just use that one timer.
Yeah.
So that means that's the reason then also what these will be for when it does the 2 different sizes, because you'll be able to do what we always used to do. We did so many of these in the heyday.
In the old days, especially with helium.
Pearl ivory and pearl burgundy was the thing. Yeah.
Pearl burgundy.
16-inch clear
Double
latex,
bubbles.
double bubbles. So now we can do air-filled double bubbles.
Yes.
Because we've got the option of doing 2 different sizes. So these outlets will come off.
Okay.
Yeah, and then these ones will go on.
Can we have a go?
Yeah, I've got a bad arm. I can't do it.
There we go. It's
Just
actually,
a little wiggle.
It's just it's a little wiggle.
Yep.
And then,
Whichever one you want to go with.
so the thicker one goes in the.
You know what I'm going to do?
I can read the instructions.
No, I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to glance to see if
I
there's a
think
picture.
the bigger one should go in the outside,
Okay, yeah, well, that would make sense to me.
but I don't think it does.
Counter reset. You've got all this gems of information.
Yeah,
where
which
oh,
we
it's all
probably should
about
have read
setting
before we
it.
started.
You've got the information for
on the
the
other
size
side.
setting chart as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, a common question is when you go into digital equipment, you know, these numbers are alien, Keith, to most people who haven't used digital equipment, because you're used to going, I've got an 11-inch balloon, I'm going to size it to 7 inches or 8 inches, so you're going to use a sizing template. Now we're saying do it in seconds. So as a sort of an example, a 11-inch balloon size to 11 inches is 2.5 seconds.
Yes, so but this does change though, depending on where in the world you are.
It does.
It does. It depends on what power you're running on. So it's always a good idea, wherever you go into a new area, to actually try it and just dial your machine in for whatever area you're in, because it does change.
It's exactly as we said. So it's the 11-inch balloon, for instance, will go over the small tube, and then you take the 2 of those and you'd put that into a 16-inch
balloon.
So, for instance, I've got a 11-inch balloon here. I don't have a 16-inch balloon
No,
to
we have
hand.
an 18-inch.
Okay, that's close
Oh
enough.
no, we've got a 16. Oh no, it's 18.
So 11-inch balloon over the smaller tube, then bring the 2 of those together.
And then they go inside. This is an 8-inch, and it would normally be a 16-inch, but you get the idea.
And there you go. So now you can set your sizes. So you want to be going to 2 different.
Does it have it?
Let's have a look. See, give us an idea. So set the prisoner to mode 2, which is what we've got it in.
Mode 2, yeah.
Set the left-hand side to 4.8.
Now is the left-hand side the?
We've got it the other way around, I believe. Remove friction for the place the small.
There's the small on the left. No, that's right.
Okay, the left, the large fitting hose on the right. Set the precision air to mode 2.
Okay, we've done
Set
that.
the left-hand side to 4.8 and the right side to 5.6.
4.8. Okay, I can
And
hold
it
these
does
down,
say here
and it
quite,
rolls up as
quite
well.
specifically, it's a guideline. Are you just to your own personal preferences?
4.8.
Yeah. Then 5.6.
5.6.
The big number.
I know. I was thinking that.
I tell you what, as well, when we do this, you hold it.
I was thinking you were going to do that as well. Right, 4.8 and 5.6.
To avoid damage, remove outlets by pulling up blue bases of hose only. Do not pull on hose. Okay, that's a good tip. So when you're taking these out, don't grab the hose to pull it out.
Yeah,
you will pull that out of that adapter. So you want to get a hold, just as Keith took them off previously, onto there. So what you do need to do here as well is create a little bit of a seal. So when you're holding that, you're going to hold. But what you don't want to do is restrict the inside of that balloon.
Yeah, I'm going to try
Don't do that,
it.
people. But if you want to, Keith,
Show me how
do
you
it.
do the seal.
Last to touch it, people.
Show me how you
Last
do
to
the
touch it.
Oh, you're going to have to, because the pedal's on this side and it's out of your reach. Okay, let's give it a go. I haven't done one of these before for a long time, so let's give it a go. Yeah, 4.8 and whatever.
Hope it
You
doesn't-
get ready to press it.
Hope it doesn't explode. It'll be a blast. Come on. Are you ready?
I was just looking for, there's no power. Okay, here we go. Right, wish me luck.
Anticlimax.
There we go.
At that.
So, I had all the faith in the world, say. And I'll just pull that down and we'll tie that around the outside. Now, this was just as a test run, but an easy double bubble, air filled straight away.
And the thing is, you've got ultimate control of those sizes. You can have
Yes.
the inside one, obviously within the limitations of the balloon size. However, the inside one could be to whatever size you want in comparison to the outside one. So bigger, smaller, whatever you want. Now, what you will find though is, I imagine that the size that you normally use, let's say for instance, you do an 11-inch balloon on the inside.
Yeah, which
whatever,
is 2.5.
Yeah, whatever normal size you're doing for that won't necessarily be the same when you're doing it as a double bubble for 2 reasons. One, it's going through the hose.
Yeah.
2, the pressures.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and that's where it was, because it said that was 2.5 for an 11-inch normally,
Yes.
and this is running at 4.8.
Yeah.
And that's because of the restriction on there and also the pressure on the outside.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool and very simple way to do a double bubble.
And you can do
with
all
latex.
of them as well. What you don't notice here is the fact that you'll be able to do multiples of these consistently all the same size,
Yeah.
and have multiple people generating the same quality of work easily. So
Yeah.
we love that where you go over there.
Okay, so,
Shall I stick up some information on the PA?
yeah, why not?
Right.
I'm going to take these
You
over.
take that off while we're doing that, and then we've got up on screen, it's some of the key factors about this. So it
Okay.
automatically sizes, love that. It's got the auto inflate cycle, which we haven't shown, so we'll do that next, Keith.
The what, sorry?
The auto inflate cycle.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah, that's really cool.
We've got the counting with flexibility. Yeah. See, it's up and down counting. Love that, because I make mistakes all the time. Forget where I'm at. Inflate more balloon sizes. Absolutely. You've got all the adjustments. And like we said, you can do classic organic, very flexible with that. And it also has that double bubble outlet. But yes, we're going to come back because we're going to have a little look-see at seeing how that...
So the automatic sizing is just dialing it in, whether it's one side or two side.
Ease back.
Yeah. So whether you're working with just one outlet or you're working with two outlets, it's the same thing. That's how it works with the automatic sizing. So
while you're doing that as well, I'm going to throw on my...
the decibel meter.
Yeah.
Well, can you do me a favour, because I don't have a foot pedal on the floor. Can you press this? Oh, I need that machine, says Essence. Yeah, it's a really good machine, honestly. They're a killer machine. Go for it. Press it. So, we've got two balloons inflated to just under 11 inches, the same. It's like straight away,
yes.
Right? So it means that you can do that again and again and again. Now, and then tie them together and continue on. So if you're doing... I can't believe that.
I was going to say you can't do that again, but you just did it twice.
But it's like, say for instance, we're making a column or something, right? Let's
or
go
a
for
big
something.
group build, perhaps, like, you know, I don't know, like a big balloon build.
Yeah. I'm going to take it down to, let's take it down to 0.8, yeah?
Okay.
Not sure what size that is, but...
Size is irrelevant at this point for what you're trying to show. Yes.
Because what I can do is, we can go, press the pedal, and then we can do it, we round it off, we tie that, and we turn it into a duplet ready to go into our wall or whatever we're doing with it, okay? So, if we want to do this for again and again and again, what I can do is I'm working by myself, I get ready, and I press the pedal, and I go, and I press the pedal, and I go, and I press the pedal, and I go. However, sometimes you're working with a team.
Yeah.
So...
And that could be a team of two.
Yeah. So, but it could be a team of three or whatever. And with the problem that always comes with that is where that foot pedal is,
pedal
right?
Location, yeah.
It's getting it in the same, and the pedal doesn't stick exactly where it's
It's
told.
also a dominant foot for some people is different as well. So where I would put it to say one side, because I'm right-handed, so right foot, so I'd have it in a position that's comfortable for me and where I'm going to step on it.
And I would do it with my left foot because I'm awkward.
Yeah.
And
And so just because of that?
It's just the way that it works. Now, what you can actually do with this is we can run the machine, and if we press the pedal 3 times in succession, the first time that we do it, what actually happens is it runs through a cycle. So it will inflate the balloons.
Yep.
I'm going to reset this counter as well by just pressing and holding for a long time.
Press and hold until you see the reset.
Counter's down again.
Done.
So it's going to inflate the 2 balloons, then it's going to wait 4 seconds.
Am I right as well? When it's reset that uses the 4 characters for the count as well. It's not just so it's counting there, but then it goes up into the hundreds and the thousands as well. So it'll actually count up to 9,999 balloons.
It keeps going, So it's, I believe you're right with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 onto here, and Dom is going to press the pedal. Instead of pressing it once, he's actually going to press it 3 times. Okay, so here we go. Off, and then what happens is now it's going to automatically inflate again.
So then let me do this. He steps out the way, I bring my balloons on, ready to go. Don't have to press the pedal. Done.
And he's not having to press the pedal, it's just doing it itself, right? So it's every 4 seconds it's inflating 2 duplets. So nobody's having a problem with finding the pedal or being on the way. It just continually runs until you press it again. You press it again, and that stops the process. But it's a great thing, so if you're doing it, and also as well as it's counting up in 2s every time, so you know how many you're on.
One of the things that we've done, and we naturally do this because we've been using digital machines for quite some time, is because the machine's taking care of the inflation, you want to make sure that you put the balloon on correctly. So when you put the balloon on, you don't want to restrict the nozzle. So when you put this balloon on, so imagine that balloon isn't there, you don't want your fingers over that nozzle. You want to make sure your fingers are down here. We also roll it down a little bit to make sure it's pulled in so it's nice and secure, so it's going to inflate the rounder part of the balloon, especially when we're doing them a bit smaller. Yeah. But also, I think you do it the same as I do, you sort of come in from the side and bring them like that.
Yeah, so the balloons, when they inflate, they're not going to get in the way of each other.
If you do
they're actually going to inflate one side and they're going to inflate the other side.
Like
so coming in from the side.
It's not guaranteed to hit.
If they're like that, when they inflate, they're going to restrict each other and cause a problem. So don't. Come in, so have them from the outside.
How it is, we pick them up, and I always pick them up the same way, so I've got my balloons on the outside like that, and it's just a process that makes it easy to follow.
Yeah, and it's a simple little thing. It's those little things that make all the difference. And that doesn't matter what kind of inflation equipment you're using, whether it's a digital inflator or whether it's, you know, like Cool Air 4 or an Air Force 4 or something, same thing.
It's just how you present it.
Don't restrict your balloons in the centre.
Yeah, because you will get odd sides. And something else, and you do this more than I do, and it's a really good tip to share, is about when you're looking at them for the size.
I don't know what are you talking about.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
I found out.
Oh yeah.
There's a real thing. I found out
for this.
For this.
Right. Okay.
Yes, I watched it on QI.
Okay, so this is. I'll let him give you with this fact because it is a really good factoid as such. Is quite often when you're looking at two balloons, if you look at them like this, they look small on the top, big on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep. And the thing is, if you roll it over, we're now small on the top, big on the bottom.
Yes, and it's an effect, and it's something like the Jacobs effect or something like that. And you can actually do it by it reverses when you do a photo. So because what happened was there was a question about which is your best side for taking a photo.
Right.
And it's the upside down. Yeah, it's the downside because if you take a photo and of yourself, of your face, and then you flip it upside down and point that one, the one down will always look slimmer and smaller.
Good to know.
And it's a really weird thing.
New selfie mode engaged.
Yeah, upside down. So yeah, but when I was watching this thing on QI, I was like, that's what happens with the balloons.
So with that in mind, the way to fix this phenomenon is to turn them sideways.
Always compare the size of the balloon side by side.
You
never
might not be able to
other.
see this on camera because the way it works with depth perception.
Yeah.
However, try it yourself.
You'd be surprised.
Honestly, get two balloons, inflate them the same size.
Doesn't have to be 11s. A couple of 5 inch on top of each other. Make sure they're exactly the same size. Put them. Look at them that way. The top one will always
You'll drive
look
yourself
smaller.
mad. You go, it's, you know, like that little thing they do where they get a chocolate bar, they cut the triangle out, they put it back together.
It's the same
again.
thing, but
It's
with
the same
balloons.
Size, but it's with balloons.
Yes.
So try that one. You'll be like, oh wow, because we've seen people go, oh, the digital machines are terrible because look at the size.
Yeah, it's not.
Do this.
Yeah, just side by side. Yeah. The reason that we found out was because I was calibrating a machine before, which the new ones really don't need touching, but the older ones, there's actually, you can get a key inside and slightly adjust them. I was calibrating a machine.
For a long while.
And I kept on getting it wrong, and it was like, oh, now the other side's the other way up, and it's because I was looking at them this way rather than side by side. It's crazy.
Mad, cool. Hey, every day's a learning day.
Right.
So yeah, one of the other things on this one as well is you'll hear it, and it does it itself on the auto-inflate sequence. It runs through a cycle, this machine.
Yes.
So it kind of
3 levels.
Yeah, it kind of does that sequence itself. You don't need to do anything, but you can kind of hear it. So we're going to listen to it now. We'll listen out for it.
So the 3 ones are, first of all, it has an intake. Yeah. So it sucks in.
Gets ready.
The air, and it holds it inside of a little chamber inside. The second stage is inflation of the balloons through these 2 nozzles. The third stage is any air that it had left in here, it gets rid of it.
It exhausts it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to do those 3. So listen out for. Let's put a balloon on.
I'll try and
so
do the count
see it as well.
So we do it as well. So 3.
Yeah. It's that last
1, 2, 3, and it just gets rid of those.
I believe
you can fly.
This doesn't. You can't press it again until it's exhausted.
Okay.
So
let's try.
Let's try that theory. Okay. So I'm going to press it.
You can get it halfway through the thing.
Yeah. So
until it's It's important to go through that exhaust stage because this is a very powerful motor inside. So what you want to do is it uses that exhaust stage to actually self-cool the machine.
Cool itself down.
So
I mean, it has to be working exceptionally fast to do that, which is why we say, and it's one of the things that it has the auto-inflate sequence on it, if you want to work to a fast pace, use the auto inflate sequence because that's going to get it's the right cycle time.
Exactly. It does itself. It's that right cycle, and
you get that rhythm.
It's good for the machine.
You get that rhythm going for
Last thing that you're going to do, which I stopped you from before,
I forgot,
is the sound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so yes.
We do have this thing where people go, okay, that machine is really loud or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a comparison of the decibel thing. And have you got a chart as well that we can use?
Yeah, I might be able to find it again. So at the moment, we'll do total silence. So our ambient volume in the room is about 35 decibels.
Yeah, between 33 and 35.
And as reference, talking here is 70.
Yeah, we are quite loud. Is between 70 and 80 is the talking.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's actually telling us right now, this is a normal conversation, inside car, normal,
rustling leaves, quiet street. It's just a normal kind of thing.
That's the sort of noise that we're talking at. Okay?
So let's use the inflator.
So it peaked at 96 decibels
and
there.
it said food blender on the top.
You're not a food blender, are you?
It said motorcycle or a food blender. Let's do it one more time.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty much there on the food blender.
So 98 is what it's peaking at, just 98.5, and that's what that's sitting at.
So basically, if you're going to be working around one of these machines for a long time, like all day or something, it might be worth popping in a pair of earplugs or something to protect yourself, or if you've got a pair of headphones that you listen to music anywhere, and then noise reducing headphones, that's perfect for it, right? Okay, and let's face it, most of us when we're working, we're wearing noise reduction headphones while we're working.
They are great.
While we're zoned in.
Yeah, cool for that.
That's great. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
I think that's everything for this machine, right? Unless anybody has any questions, we can go back to it. But I'm going to get rid of this.
You take that one. I'm going to put that down there.
And we're going to put this. We'll put it back in its bag later.
Down there.
I'm just going to put this off to the side.
Let me move those.
That's a really nice thing as well. It's got this metal carrying handle, so it is easy enough to lift on.
That was the last point I was getting to, though, as well. The exhaust sequence.
Okay.
So when it does that exhaust sequence, it does blow the air out from the bottom, the underside of the machine.
Yes.
So two things. One is making sure that that's not blocked in any way.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen people in the past where they've taken something like this and they put it on top of a bag. Now that bag's going to block all that, so it's going to restrict.
Got two things, and also as well as keeping your balloons at the back of the machine. This is your air intake, so it sucks in there. So you want to avoid that, and you want to avoid.
And then when we've got balloons, we have some containers that we use, especially on site, because if you put balloons next to this machine,
are you going to do it?
Yeah, let's do it. So this is the sort of you could say this is a feature, to be fair. This is the automatic desk tidying feature.
Yeah.
There's just something to be aware of.
So you do it, and it blows them away. So we actually have, when we used to use one of these machines all the time, we had a little tray that this sat in. So first of all, nothing else went in the tray, so you weren't getting anything sucked into the machine at all. And then the second thing as well is that even if you had balloons on the side, it wouldn't blow them away. But the best thing you can do is have containers like this, or the pop-up baskets.
We've got
the other things.
The very small pop-up baskets, and they're just like a little wiry thing. And I think them ones were from IKEA at the time.
From IKEA, because they had 1, 2, and 3. On the side.
And they're great because it means that when you're on a work site or sort of working out and about, you can move your balloons with you instead of going, okay, I'll move these and kind of move them out of the way.
Yeah.
It's just easy to kind of have that organisational setup, so it works for all machines, but this one particular, don't be putting your balloons down and then going
next to it,
where are they?
To stay there, yeah. Especially after you've done a count, right? You got to count exactly the right number.
Who would have done that before, Keith?
Yeah, we have.
Right, okay.
Right, so this is the PremiumConwin twin air sizer. So I'm gonna open this. Just
final point on our little cheat sheet we wrote down as well earlier on is the range of balloons that that machine will do as well.
Okay.
So that will do from the round balloons. It's going to do 5, 9s, 11s, and 16s sizing wise, no problems. You can also roll it over. 260 and orbs as well, and bubbles. That was the thing. Yeah.
So with 260s with it, because the way that the machine works, it's always a good idea just to pull up gently on the 260, just to give it a little bit of a helping hand as it goes.
It sort of weakens the balloon a little bit and helps it. So it won't go lower than a 260.
No.
So the thinner ones, no. But it does mean if it can do a 260, it'll be able to do the 350s,
350s,
650s, 660s, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So So
Solid
in here
box, though.
we have
Boom.
we have our nice carrier bag. Now I've noticed straight away that this is a little bit smaller
Okay.
than the other one, because the other one comes out to be this. So this one is a little bit more compact.
What's the weight like in comparison?
I think it's comparison.
Okay.
Premium twin air sizer. Yeah. Actually, this feels a little bit lighter at the moment. And this feels a little bit heavier, even though this is a metal machine.
Okay.
So
another instruction booklet, warranty card. Make sure that you fill that in and do that. On the warranty card, you do have the serial number and stuff as well, so that's really important to keep.
Also remember, on your box, your serial number is actually on the outside of the box as well.
That's information that's worth keeping.
Right, we've got 1 foot pedal, but we don't just get 1 foot pedal with this guy. We get 2 foot pedals.
Yes.
Some spare.
Nice.
Keep them. They're important. When this machine travels, has 2 nozzles, always put those back on and one of your flat pieces on the top to protect it. So it means that if anything gets put on top, you've got this on here.
I mean, ideally, the price point in this machine, you don't really want to be stacking anything on top of it. However, in the past,
Things do.
Yeah, and it just means that that's a bit more stable.
Yeah, it's protected.
And it's protected as well, so it is worth keeping.
So don't get rid of them. Keep
those
them.
ones for
We
transport.
have all of our extra nozzles, which are for adjusting for different sizes of balloon.
Great
we
stuff.
have, this one is the UK European model. So we have a UK plug and a European plug that goes with it too.
Some bonus nozzles here, Keith, as well. So these are
Bonus!
for specifically the extended ones for doing 5-inch balloons. That makes you so you don't get that fatigue in your hand having to pull those balloons out. So we'll show that in a moment.
Yeah, because we don't need to roll it out down so much. Okay, then we have some protective pulley.
We'll end. See if it goes with a bang.
Oh dear. Right, and then we have the machine. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to do very scientifically. I'm going to do a comparison on the weight.
Is there nothing in it?
I would say that this is very slightly heavier.
Bear in mind, I've got a gamma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's ever so slightly. Not much in it.
Not much in it.
Not much in it, but it does have. I mean,
we don't need that at the moment, do we?
nope, we've got one here, on the set. One very important thing to note before we do anything on this machine: the foot pedal can go on either side.
Yes.
There and there. However, function is dictated by which side you put it into.
It tells you, it's handily, it actually has a little sign saying no timer function.
No timer function,
side.
which means it's only manual, and it means it will run however you press the pedal.
Yes.
And we'll come on to that as well.
So not a time function.
And for timer function. So if you want to use the functionality of the timer, which is its primary use,
Yes.
plug it into the right-hand side of the machine.
We would always plug it in to the right-hand side unless we were using both, because you can have both in at the same time.
Yes. So in our previous setup for the machine is we had one which was on the floor for the
which is the timer function right on the floor.
And then we had one which was sort of on the side for a knee press.
Yeah, it was kind of, if this was the pedal, it was kind of against the side, but down here for a knee, so it means you just pressed your knee against it and ran it for
and
that.
the reason we did that was we were very...
It's great for 260s.
Yeah, so for doing any of the entertainer balloons, we would normally do manual because they're a bit more quirky on the sizing, and you sort of adapt on the size very ad hoc. So to have a manual pedal, but what we found is by having 2 pedals on the floor, we would always get the wrong pedal.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what we did, you'd get the wrong pedal. So we tried colour coding it, but then get ourselves confused.
And then we put one on the lean-to, so when you're just doing manual, it works really well.
Easy
It works
peasy.
very well for us.
So
but there is something that you can do on this, which you couldn't do. I've started, so I'll finish.
So you'll finish. Okay.
There is something that you can do on this one, which means that you don't have to swap pedals over or use a second pedal.
When you open your warranty card and instructions...
I tell you, we can't have anything nice. This is why I'm unwrapping it.
Be careful not to rip them. I was a bit heavy-handed there.
You were a bit heavy-handed there.
I'll not touch this.
Right, so this is going to go in the side that says timer function.
You do that.
Okay, when you switch it on... What you like?
Sorry, PremiumConwin.
Honestly, you can't keep anything nice. Okay. The other thing, what we'll do is we'll set this machine up so it's ready to go. We have these 2 nozzles which we put on this way up, so they go on upside down, and these are the smaller ones for doing 160 Qs. So I'm just going to put them on there because they push on over the top and they generally live on there. And then we have the tapered nozzles, which are these, if you can see it, tapered nozzles. and they are for doing 260 Qs. Some people prefer to keep them both at the same side. We generally have them like this because you work at the same time.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. That doesn't work for me. That.
No, it doesn't.
And now,
and I've seen it.
It's not that it's like anything really different, but just my mind says.
Yeah, you're working with 2 balloons. You do 2 balloons. You put both of them on that side as well, and if you put them on the other side as well, you're wrong. So, not that we say that you're wrong or anything, but you are. And then we have these ones which are for smaller size balloons, such as 5-inch. But then we have our special nozzles, which don't get left on the machine because they're too tall to leave on the machine.
It's only too tall because what will happen is as you go to reach for something or pick a balloon up, you're going to catch them, and then you're going to
keep them
hurt yourself or break
and then
them.
they go on for doing 5-inch without having to pull the balloon all the way
It seems
down.
a bit dramatic.
It is a bit dramatic.
However, if you were to do the normal one, when we put this balloon on, you're going to put that on, and then you're going to pull that down to make sure it inflates from the right part of the balloon.
Yes.
Where this, you can just pull it straight down.
Yeah, and it just does it. And it makes a huge difference when you're doing many balloons. And then, there you go.
Boom. I like that.
Yeah. Hey. We'll get rid of them for the moment, though, them 5-inch ones, and we'll just put them there. So that's how it would normally be with all of the attachments attached.
Cool.
And then we've also got...
We'll spin that round again, and I want to check on the camera to make sure that we can see it.
I think you can probably see this one a little bit better because of the way that is. I'm going to put that underneath there so you can see it.
Yeah, that little tilt's better because it gets the shine of the lights, otherwise, a bit more.
Is that all right?
Lovely, that.
Okay. So
very
this
professional.
has a timer, which is the seconds, and then the tenths of seconds.
Here, let me look at the instructions, I'll tell you.
So with this one is that we can actually we can get up and down the timer a lot faster because we can do the individual seconds and the tenths of seconds, where the other one you have to count through the tenths of seconds.
That's right. Well, this has actually got kind of 3 modes for the count, though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because we've got the
bonus mode,
the seconds and the tenths of the seconds.
Yes.
But then we can also go into a higher denomination.
Yes, which is in tens of seconds.
Yes. So at the moment, you can see we're in seconds and tenths by the fact there's a point. There's a decimal.
0.4.
Yeah. Now, is it the count button?
Counter. So
I didn't put the box away properly. So I'm going to press and hold the counter button.
Press and hold it, and what happens is on this side, there, it's gone to 0, 0.
Yeah. So it's gone to 0, 0.0.
So now it's working in 10, like it starts from, this is now tens of seconds. So if I want to go 45 seconds, I can do 45 seconds.
So you could hit the button.
I'm not going to do it that long because that's a long time. I'll do 25 seconds. Yeah. But I'm just going to let it run for 25 seconds. Okay, so you press it.
This is quality viewing right now.
And that's probably the most important thing you'll learn.
So true, Keith. So
it
true.
It is.
Whilst that was running, I threw the decibel meter on as well.
Okay, what did we get to?
Just under 80.
80?
Yeah, so 80 decibels. So
loud singing.
Yeah.
Loud singing. Okay, so it
it's
is
about 20 decibels cheaper. 20 decibels quieter than the Precision Air.
Yeah.
Also, as well, is that it goes up and peaks and comes down, where this is more consistent tone.
Yes, it's just all that.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So it is a bit quieter, or considerable amount quieter actually. It's also, if you've used the other machine, the Twin Air Sizer 2, this is faster, quieter, and lighter.
Yes.
Machines. So it has that about it.
Yeah, so it's going to change your sizing. So if you've gone from a Twin Sizer, the initial one, to a Twin Sizer 2, the sizings will be different.
They will.
Yeah, so you'll be more efficient on that one as well. So that's pretty cool.
It also has a constant running mode. So if I press it on this side, there's a switch on this side which is currently off. And if I press it, it runs the entire time until I switch it back off.
Now,
again.
we've all done this. Is you've got everything set up and you've accidentally stood on the pedal and you set it away.
No way.
It's true.
Yeah.
So for this one, especially the larger
so if you're
denomination
doing
of time and
like
setting
big
it
16s and
or 3 footers, and you've got this set to 45 seconds a minute or whatever, if you hit that button and start it, it's going to run. Now, when it's like that, you don't have to let it run to finishes.
You can cancel it by pressing it twice more. So you press it. Now, if I press it again, nothing happens. But if I press it again, it cancels it.
Yeah.
So that double tap cancels it out.
Yeah. So that's great. So it just means if you do it by accident, you can knock it off, so you don't have to have that and waiting for that cycle to finish as well, which is really helpful on that the bigger settings.
Yes.
Now we've got it onto the timer function.
Yes.
Right. Now if I want to do it manual, I'd have to take this cable out.
Normally.
And put it onto the other side.
Old school, yeah. For the first, the Twin Air Sizer 1, you would do that.
Yes.
Now on this one, you can do that.
Absolutely.
Or alternatively, what you can do is you can take this back down so the time reads 00.
Now that doesn't matter if it's on the higher denominations or the 0.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's just as long as that's reading 00 on there, it means that now it's working in manual mode. So as long as I hold this down, it will continue to inflate, and as soon as I let go, it will stop. So now it's in manual mode, and then to go back to time mode, I just put whatever time I wanted to. I'm going to take it back to normal seconds.
Yep.
Which I'm pressing and holding that counter.
And you're just looking
again.
for that dot to come up.
And then I'm going, this one also rolls round from 0 to 9, so that's really cool. So I can put it back to whatever I want.
And that's on both sides as well, right? Yeah. So if you were at 9.9, you could just go up and up to go to 00.
Yeah. So now we're back on timer, and it's counting. But what this one does is, this is slightly different from the Precision Air. In fact, this counts on presses. Yeah. Yes. So it's whether you're using it singly or you're using it doubly.
So so this counter works slightly different. So this does 999 is its max.
Yeah.
You can, if you make a mistake, let a balloon go, you can deduct it by 1 and more, but you can add to it. No. Not as far as I'm aware.
No, but then you can put it down to 0 and press it and add your time.
Yeah, so you could just literally put it down
to 00. Oh, you had it there, and then there. And then if you need to add your times up, you can do it like that way.
Yeah. Obviously, the Precision Air
then bring it back
V6
down.
does that more elegantly.
Yes.
But 9 times out of 10, you're going to be deducting a balloon off because it's something that you've let go of, you've had a pop.
Absolutely.
So that's the one, okay, so that's just one thing we have noticed. So if you're going between the time, which I don't think this would be a thing, is when you're changing that from seconds to the higher denomination.
Yeah, if you're pressing and holding that count, it does affect this.
It does take one off it. But the likelihood is you're not going to go from a count sequence of one size, then change it to that size to do a new count sequence. You'd probably be doing a reset of that as well.
So with the Precision Air, you have to press and hold that reset button before it will reset.
Yes.
This one, you've got to be a bit more careful, because although it does take effort to press,
it does, but it's a singular press.
But it is a single press, and it will reset.
Yeah.
So just to be aware of that.
Again, pros and cons for both. It really is.
And then what's this one like with memory? That was the thing.
Oh yeah, so this is something that we like this machine for particularly.
Because this one we've set our size at 1.5.
And we've got a count of 6.
Yeah, and then what's happened is
we need to relocate our desk.
Or somebody's caught there's been a power cut or something like that, and it switches the power off.
Bye-bye information.
Yeah, bye-bye. So we were on, what we were at, 1.5 and 6.
6 balloons.
And then we get the power back on, and we switch it back on like this, and it retains its information. The
V6 Precision Air
doesn't
know. It resets back down to its default setting, which is 0.1
and 0.1 and 0 on
and
the
no
count.
Yeah.
So just to be aware of that.
Something to acknowledge,
Yes.
One of the things that we've learned as well working on site, though, is to have a little card. It's great if you're working on, it could be a hotel or a conference centre or whatever, but make a little card or a little laminate with your business details on and put on a please do not unplug.
Yeah.
Any questions, just ask. And then it means if you've got an extension lead out or something, it means that, even have your contact number on it.
Sometimes you're working 10 metres or 20 foot, whatever, away from where the plug goes in round a corner. Somebody comes along because there's a cleaner in, and they do it. If you've got a little card that says please do not unplug,
it takes 5 minutes doing. It's really good little bit of advertising for you as well. It just means it's preempted and it's done. And because we've had it, even recently where we've had something plugged in, and because it got unplugged and it got plugged back in again, it wasn't a big drama as such. However, we had to reset a lot of things because of that. So it's a good little thing to have in your little tool bag. Doesn't cost you any weight or space, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, this one remembers it, so that's a bonus.
Yes.
However, you still don't want the power being turned off when you're working away. No. So that's pretty good.
We've got a question from Tiffany about, can you guys test to see which inflates faster? Now, this is very dependent.
Yeah.
Because
it's a big question, that.
It is.
Yeah, it's a good question, but it's a big question.
If I remember right, because we did this test years ago. And if I remember right, one of them inflates faster on a single go.
Yep.
But the other one inflates faster on a longer run.
So this one doesn't have the 3 cycles to the inflation.
No.
This is ready to go.
It's like a piston pump.
Yeah, and it's always ready to go. And when it's finished, it's ready to go again straight away. So you could do an inflation.
And it's ready to go again.
Yeah.
But it inflates slightly slower.
It does.
Than the PA.
Yes, so especially on the bigger sizes, the Precision Air is going to beat it because it's overall a little bit faster. However, it would always have a reset time between it.
Yes.
Now this one, especially on the smaller size balloons, because it's got no reset, it's ready to go again, ready to go again, ready to go again. Yes. So this can go faster, and we've proved this.
And when you work with multiple people.
Yeah, this can go and go and go. So
it depends on the environment, it depends on the balloons, and it depends on the users. Because if you're slower tying, well, then it doesn't matter if your machine
is ready to go.
Is ready to go or not, because you're slower at the time.
So you're slightly slower tying, so that means the Precision Air V6 is reset anyway, so it's good to go. So it's very it's comparable. So in essence, I wouldn't be looking at either machine based on speed of balloons being inflated.
No, because I'm just looking at here, and we said that the 11-inch on the Precision Air was 2.5 seconds, right?
So okay, yes, that's what the the general go-to size.
A 12-inch balloon size to 9 inches is approximately 4 seconds, so it's already almost twice as slow, right?
Yes.
And it's definitely going to be twice as slow because that's a smaller size.
However, that time doesn't take into account the initial induction.
Yes.
Or the exhaust.
Yes.
So you could say that's going to be another 20% or something on the time as well. So
and also as well,
I still think the Precision Air is faster.
It is faster on the inflation, 100% it is. Yeah.
But even with the cycle time either side of it, I still think that is possibly
not overall.
No.
And then the thing is with this as well,
run.
This can be left switched on. It says for 300 hours straight. Yeah. You can just leave it on, inflating, and do that. With the Precision Air, it does tend to heat up. So it's one of these ones that it takes a while, and if you're using it for a massive job, that's when it comes into effect.
Yes.
And also when you've got to must make sure that it goes through that entire cycle of
the exhaust one is very important. Yeah. This one as well will also do the smaller size 160 balloons as well, so you can do that.
Yes.
It will do a 260.
Oh, have we got a stick as well? And we'll show the other thing that it
do. So it will do 260 balloons. It'll do 5-inch balloons, single, double, and triple stuff.
Quad. I've had 5.
Yeah. Why do you want to do that?
No, I did it for a test.
But it's purely for a test.
3 is the maximum.
Because of the type of pump that's in this, as Keith had said, it's a piston pump. It has a lot more torque, a lot more power that it can push out.
Just like Dom.
Hey, so this one you can do, now it does affect the sizes, so if you're going to go to something like a double stuffed, it won't be the same setting as your normal balloon.
Oh, certainly not, no.
So normally for a 5-inch balloon, we'd put this nozzle on.
Yes.
Or the longer ones. However, because we're going to be using a double stuffed balloon, sometimes it's easier to use that one.
Yeah, the one that's designed for a 260.
And the reason for that is because you're putting a balloon inside a balloon, you're going to now have a smaller nozzle because it's going to all kind of crimp together. So this smaller nozzle will go inside that balloon a lot easier. Again, it's going to affect your time. So everything is going to be a bit of trial and error to have a play.
So you got your first balloon.
Recommendation though is start small and work up sizes. Yeah, don't go big because it'll go with a bang.
Yeah. I've put one balloon inside of another, and then I'm going to put another balloon inside of another. Now the Precision Air won't inflate this.
No, it'll do single latex.
Single latex, and it'll do 11-inch double stuffed.
Yes.
But that's it. It inflates fast, but it's not as powerful as this machine. So again, it's one of these things that it depends on what you're doing, right? It depends on the right equipment for you isn't the same as the right equipment for the next person.
Exactly.
It's got to be for you. So I've got 3 balloons inside of each other, and I've got it on manual.
Yeah, so you're on 0.0.
Yeah. And then and it just inflates it like it was nothing. Just like the same. So if I take that and I'm going to do another balloon, I think 5 balloons is the maximum I can get into each other is the issue.
Now,
so there's 4.
Another question we get from this as well is, so why would you be doing double stuffed like this? Organics is a good one. So doing something like an installation with some custom colours in there, double stuffed, and even triple stuff is not uncommon.
Triple stuff is it's generally with triple stuff you put a clear balloon on the outside just to give it a different texture, a different shine.
And then your 2 other balloons for the colours and tone that you're trying to achieve.
So with this one, we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 balloons inside of it, like that. And then I'm just going to go. Oh, I think it's because I haven't got the adapter on that one, or is this? Have we reached its max?
I think you've reached its max.
So I'm going to take one out.
Colour of balloon does change this a little bit as well. So 5 balloons of a certain colour might be easier to inflate than certain ones as well. So
there we go.
But
you would never do it. That's 4 balloons inside of each other, so you would never need to do that.
Yeah.
It's just a test to see how powerful the machine is.
But that's the thing about the organic side as well. So quite often for organic, especially on the double stuff in front as well, we would do it where we've got, let's say we've got 11s and different sizes. We would have this machine set up so it's of a bigger size. So we've got it on auto.
Yes.
And we take those balloons up to a set size, but then from there we would.
Well, you want them round anyway.
Yeah, so you're gonna round it and then let some air out of one of them or both of them, and that's where we'd use it to help size it, create that really nice colour stretch, and then a little bit of kind of adjustment by letting air out of one or the other one as well.
And also this particular machine doesn't allow you the difference between being able to change the timer between the 2 different
which is why we do it manually by letting some air out.
That's why there's the differences between the 2 different machines.
I love that feature, like I really do.
Yeah.
Let me throw up the spec as well for the twin sizer as well. So we've got some information up on the screen. So this is the Premium Twin Air Sizer V2. Continuous operation if required. It has enhanced speed and noise, so that's enhanced over its previous machine. So it is absolutely faster, and the noise is brilliant. It's much quieter. Unmatched sizing ability.
Excuse me.
Precision control, absolutely, and portability. So lots of those points do kind of cover both machines. But I think the main thing is understanding what kind of work that you want to do. So if double stuffing's a thing, then absolutely this machine is is a winner for that.
This is the one for double stuffing.
Yeah. But, again, 260 work. This one's really good for. I love the alternate sizing on this one.
Yes.
And I also love the control for the counter as well, because I make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, it's one of these, like I said, there is no say, right, you should have this machine or you should have this machine. What you should do is you should know your own business and go, right, what do I do? Do I do a lot of double stuff? If I do a lot of double stuff, okay, this machine's probably going to be better for you than this machine.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you know what? I want a machine that's actually faster on the inflation side, and I only work by myself, whatever. Yeah. This machine's probably the one for you.
It's easy for us to be biased as well, because if you're going to ask me directly and say, which machine would I have, I'm going to go for this one because I like certain features on it.
Yeah. Also, we've used for the past several years.
Yeah. So
we've been using.
So that's why we try not to answer and say which is the best machine.
Yeah.
No, but personally, biasedly, I'm going for this one.
Yeah.
However, there's features on this machine that I love.
Being able to do the 2 different sizes. I mean, being able to do when we did the magic trick earlier, right? When we did the double bubble. Being able to do that, you can't do that with this machine. You know?
The auto inflate sequence on the V6 as well.
Yes,
I love that.
Yeah. There's also some other accessories that are you can use with this machine that you can't use.
So if we push this one to the front, just asking for a friend,
or have both.
Yeah,
and then you've got the right machine.
Thing is, if you price for profit, and if you're new to the channel, we talk about price because we are adamant that you should be making money. You should be making money to run your business, pay your wages, and reinvest in your business.
To grow your business.
This is reinvestment to grow your business. So if you're on the fence going, oh, well, I like that for this, I like that for that, make sure you charge correctly and you can have both. There is a lot of machines out there, and it isn't a one size fits all. It really isn't. Now, we were at is a really good example, the big balloon build.
Yes.
And there was different machines being used.
Yes.
And it wasn't that one was better than the other one. It was one was suited to the application better.
So, for instance, if I'm doing a lot of classic, and I want to do garland, and this is the machine that I would go to because it inflates so much faster on the larger size balloons. So I'm doing columns which are all sized to 9 inches or 10 inches or whatever. This machine's going to kick the butt of this machine.
You know, I love it for as well, because we're all quite social people, especially in the balloon world, is it's quite easy to get into a conversation and carry on chatting. What this does, this is your little gentle reminder to get a move on, because there's balloons to be inflated.
Yes.
You put that in auto-inflate sequence, you are working to a rhythm.
I love that auto-inflate.
This is your taskmaster. This is the machine that says, right, I know that this runs in this cycle and I can inflate X amount of balloons in a certain time. You could apply that math to this, but that's depending on someone coming in, pressing the pedal and doing the job, right?
Yes.
So this is your stopwatch. This is that guy who sits at the end of the board.
Yep.
Boom, boom,
Yeah.
There's probably a real name for that.
Well, there is. It's the...
well, you're always banging on about it.
We're not doing that joke. There's people watching.
Hey.
Hello, everybody in Texas. Nice to
Hey,
see
guys.
you. Want to buy a machine? So, yeah.
I kind of done that.
Don't do that with that. There's people watching. So we hope we're going to keep you bang up to date with all of the latest information.
I know we've had a blast.
It's a gas. So
there is no right
Tiffany
answer.
asked the question is, which one's faster? The answer is both of them.
Yeah.
It depends on the scenario that it's put in. It depends on how you use your machine.
Absolutely.
Single owners and that work mainly in classic
Yeah,
decor.
one person with one machine, this one would be, in most cases, faster, except if you're doing a lot of very small balloons.
Yes.
So if you're doing 5-inch, undersized, probably is around the 3 to 4 inch size, you probably find that one, by the time, because the fact that it doesn't need to reset, would be as fast as each other.
Also, if you're a retailer, this is probably the go-to machine for you, because it does inflate the smaller sizes faster without the reset. It's also, remember we did the decibel level test?
Yeah.
It is that much quieter, even though that some people have done the comparison, they think that it's louder. You know, if you put a decibel meter as well, it doesn't lie.
There's
quieter.
A tone difference. So this one's got a different style of noise, and this one's got probably a deeper tone. The one thing I would say about this noise versus this one is consistent.
It is.
So once someone's heard it, they can kind of almost zone it out, because it is very consistently the same. Where this one, it kind of runs that roller coaster of, because of the 3 sequences, the 3 steps in its inflation cycle, it has some different noises. So it kind of...
So this one was the equivalent of a food processor?
Yep.
Yeah, and
so
this one was the equivalent of loud
just under 100 decibels.
And this is about 80.
And this one's 80.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're so used to working with the twin sizer one, which is slightly noisier than that.
It is.
And we would work next to that in a normal environment without even kind of thinking about needing any sort of ear treatment.
No.
Where this one, I think over a duration of time, I would consider using my earphones.
To be fair, I was going to say, most people should want to think about doing that anyway. If you're working in a loud environment, is that you should have either noise cancelling headphones or some ear kind of protection.
And the thing is as well, great, because you can get ear protection, but noise cancelling headphones is a great one, because it means you can carry on our business. And I know we've done it in loud venues, is we stick our earphones in and we can have a voice call between them, and it's kicking out the sound from the local environment, and we can have a normal chat in it and kind of carry on working, rather than having to shout over machines and kind of stretch your vocal cords.
It's a really handy little thing.
Yeah, but you know, it really is a kind of whichever way you want to go. There's pros and cons to both. I don't think on either camp you were in, you would be disappointed with anything, because again, you'd always look, you know, the grass is a bit greener on the other side there because it's got some of those features. But actually this one's got this as well.
Absolutely.
It's not like, I bought this and I'm so disappointed I didn't get that, or vice versa. You know, if we had to kind of flip a coin and said that's the machine you're going to work with till the end of time, I wouldn't be disappointed with either machine.
No, absolutely.
That's the genuine truth.
Yeah.
If I get to choose, I'm going to go for that one, mainly because historically we've used that for quite a long time, so familiarity kicks in.
Also, the designs that we tend to do, which are more retail...
This is key. This is key.
We do a lot of retail deliverable decor designs, and this machine is the right machine for that.
But as you said, if you're absolutely kind of machine putting out factory mode of classic decor,
and organics now as well.
Well, exactly.
Structured organics.
This is where the whole on the fence is. It's so hard. And really, to be fair, if you're into that domain anyway, those sort of jobs, the profit yielded would easily pay for either of these machines very quickly.
There was a little trick if you had two of these machines that we saw people doing.
Yeah, two of the same machine, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you had two of this machine and you put them back to back, and what you do is you have this machine sizing to one size and your other machine sizing to the other side. You have two people working opposite each other.
So in tandem. Yeah, exactly. You'd be using the left nozzles on this machine, someone would be using the right nozzles.
Yeah, and then it means you can two different sizes, but that does require two machines, whereas that one does it all by itself.
The best tip I've ever been given for someone who's sitting out there going, you know, I love that machine, it's great, guys, you're going on about these two brand new machines and they're brilliant, but I can't afford one. The best tip I ever got given was set yourself the goal, right?
Yes.
Now people struggle with pricing and they look at themselves and go, oh, I can't justify this or whatever.
Yeah.
But once you've got yourself a goal, it's amazing how you can adjust your prices. Now, someone did this for an event and they said, it wasn't a machine, but obviously it's a similar ballpark in price. They needed $2,000. I said, how am I going to get this $2,000? How can I justify $2,000? And they literally said, in the next 12 months, I am going to have that $2,000.
Yes.
They looked at the jobs and said, my yearly turnover was X, or my normal jobs were, you know, $1,000 or whatever it is. And they just took that $2,000 they wanted to save and split it across the year.
Absolutely. So you say you've got 52 weeks, right? So you say this time next year, I want to be able to afford one of these. Okay. So you say, right, okay, I need however much it is. Divided by your 52 weeks and go, that's how much you do on each week.
Yeah.
And you can break it down
and
per
if you're
day
used
if you
to doing,
wanted to.
if you're used to doing big jobs, for instance, if that's the larger scale corporate ones, it's even easier to say, right, okay, every job that I'm going to do, I'm going to add $100 on. And that $100 is going to get posted straight into my saving for the machine fund. And now I only need to do 12 jobs or whatever it is, and that's it paid for, justified, paid out of your business to your business to make yourself even more efficient.
But the big thing with it as well is that if you do big jobs like that, if you get one of these machines and you start doing them, the amount of time that you'll actually save by...
It's funny you do more big jobs.
Yeah, it kind of allows you to build a business.
We always joked that this was for those smaller businesses that are going, you know what, I really could do with another employee. I'm at the sort of, wow, I could do with a bit of an extra help. I'm thinking about taking an employee on, but it's a big commitment, an employee.
It is.
And it's who you get. It's that roulette
it's a bit of a minefield as well.
And then sometimes you employ someone, then you kind of got them, then they maybe not be working enough, and you're paying for them to not do something, then that gets really expensive.
Yep.
If you could say, well, actually, you can now work 2-3 times faster, but without feeling it, so you actually feel like you're getting more done in less time, but not overworked. That's the answer in most cases for some of the smaller businesses.
Working more efficient, so smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Being more efficient with your time, and that's what this kind of machinery does for you.
And we found as well with staff as well is the potential is they can come in late, come in over, hungover.
Yeah.
They want
just
holidays.
Not feeling it today or whatever.
They want holidays, how rude, and all that kind of stuff. Where these guys, they are ready to go. Day in, day out. So we love that. So for an investment in your business, these guys are truly it. So sorry we can't answer definitively,
I think we did.
Which is the machine.
Yes.
It really is up to you.
It's definitely this one or this one, depending on you and your situation.
Or it could be this one.
We've run a little bit over.
No.
So what we need to do is we've got one last thing to do. So we need to go back over to there.
Thanks, guys. You've been great.
Yes. If you do have any more questions about these, put them in the chat. Put them in the comment section, and we'll revisit them at some point, and or if we're working with them in the normal workshop times, we'll try to do our best to answer all of the questions that you might have. So we're going to hand you back over to...
Come on over to me. I did a cool spin. Did you not feel a bit sick when I did that?
I didn't. Hello, people. Nice to see you back over here.
The screen's gone off. That's how long we've been over there.
I know. We're well too. There was a comment on there that I needed to potentially answer. I'm just going to read that one out. Cheryl is saying that she likes the Precision Air for the 5-inch because it's easier to push the button down. In the bulb than to push the balloons down.
Yes. However, to combat that right now though, is with the twin sizes, they've got the extended nozzles. So is that what she's saying?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what she said. She likes a Precision. PA, yeah.
Yeah.
With the new nozzles though, did you see them?
We agree with you. We agree that on the the
the
V6,
standard V6.
You can put the 5-inch on, but the twin sizer now is and that's what's great with having these two sort of mega brands under one brand now, is the fact that the best of both worlds.
Yes.
You know? And you know that is great, and we do love those little tips and touches. But the extended nozzles on the twin sizer
Big
now
nozzles,
as well.
you don't have to put them down.
We do like that. Again, it's finding out what's good for you. Now, one thing we do recommend is any events that you can get to, especially like the big balloon builds coming up, is the fact that you get to use some of the machines.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
if you've never done that kind of work before, or you've never used the machines on that kind of scale before, people will come away from those events going, I absolutely have to have that machine. Now, what's cool, the guys at PremiumConwin, they're all brand new machines.
Yes.
And they sell them to the delegates that are at the big balloon build.
At a severely discounted rate.
And no shipping.
Yes. So it's a perfect chance to be able to pick one up on that.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, we've got one last thing to do. Remember as well, Spring Fair and the Toy Fair in Germany. If you are planning to attend, come and see us. Can you quickly pop them back onto
If you see us at both, you can have 2 stickers.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, if you fancy doing that. So we've got the Toy Fair first, which is the 30th to the 3rd of February.
Nuremberg.
And that is Hall 9, Stand E7. We've also got the
Spring Fair in Birmingham,
which is Hall 3, Stand H34, which is the 4th to the 7th.
You need to make sure you register for these as well. I'm not quite sure how the Toy Fair works, but for Spring Fair, you do need to register. So as a business, it is free to go to, but you must register before the day
and get
it
your
starts.
badge.
Get your badge, so you can do that, and you've got all the information about who's exhibiting, where we are, and all that kind of cool stuff as well.
Come and see us. We'll have some of the machines on display. You can have a go at them as well.
Well, also as well, I have to be really careful. I've heard.
What have you heard?
I've heard.
What have you heard, Dom?
That there's new stuff.
There's new stuff.
Stuff that.
So if you want to be one of the first people to find out about that new stuff, you may want to come and see us at Nuremberg or Birmingham.
You know the old Tom Holland where he can't keep a secret in? I feel a bit like that.
Just don't talk about it. The best thing to do for us not to do anything wrong is just not to talk about it, and we'll stop it there. If you want to know first, come and see us.
Have to come. It's not just for the stickers.
It's not.
Or the bad jokes. Speaking of bad jokes.
Yes.
I keep pressing the button.
You keep pressing the button?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because I keeps on beeping in my ear when you do it.
My ears are
okay, it's the big balloon joke.
At least there's no wire anymore.
So recently I went to a party where there was hundreds and hundreds of helium balloons. It was an uplifting experience. That works.
Yeah,
I think I want to. I like air horns. So with that, we're going to say goodbye. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time, where we're going to be doing some impromptu lives from the Toy Fair and from Spring Fair.
It will be impromptu because of generally the internet speed. So we'll either go live, or we'll do some snippets of some recordings and we'll post them as we go. But be sure to comment on them as well, because we can come back to them as well. So even if we don't manage to go live, comment on them, send us a message,
live.
And then we'll come back to that as well.
Or in live.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to say bye-bye.
We are.
You guys stay safe, take care, and have fun with balloons.
We shall see you next time. Ciao for now.